somebody's got a hunger, and they won't be satisfied until they get their fill. Now, they may have a hunger for the D. They may have the hunger for some kind of victory. They may have the hunger for that proverbial cosmic golden carrot, that thing that has been always dangling just out of reach, taunting them, egging them on. Whatever this is, whatever this prize is that they got their eyes set on, this person is willing to resort to anything in order to get their hands on this. They're willing to sneak around. They're willing to engage in trickery, subterfuge, anything to get this hunger satisfied. This person is very motivated by their desires. For some of them, it's carnal desires. I mean, it feels very visceral like that. It is coming through like a hunger or a compulsion, something that they're just so fixated on. Some could say fixated on to the extent that it's become a bit obsessive, unhealthy. I do feel like there is a power trip connected to this. There's many layers to this. The energy, energy in the collective right now is pretty wild, I have to say. I mean, there's some interesting stuff going on astrologically. We've got a lot of retrograde energy in the mix. We've got Venus retrograde, Aries, Pisces. We also have a lot of action going down in terms of Saturn. We're entering a brand new learning cycle with Saturn. We also have Saturn is going to be going into Aries as well. And so with that energy too, we're really looking at Saturn being in its fall position, which makes things a little bit more challenging. Okay, the lesson's a little bit more severe in some cases, all right? But there's many layers to that as well. But the energy, energy is just pretty wild. It's kind of interesting to tap into this because I'm not feeling personally connected to this at all. But this is what we're dealing with. Yeah, this is what we're dealing with. There's people out here that really want to seize control of the situation, and you're going to have to really trust your instincts around this. You got to trust the spidey senses. Don't ignore what your gut's telling you in certain scenarios. I do feel like whoever this person is, they have been spying, they have been lurking, they have been trying to get access to certain information. They're trying to scope out the scene. And I do think they feel like they're really well hidden, but I got the hit that their cover may have recently been blown, although I don't know if they're aware of this or not, okay? Somebody caught them in some way, shape, or form, caught them in the act, caught them doing their super sleuthing here. And I feel like this person's in a position right now that caught them where they're trying to wonder if they should get involved or not. They don't really want to take on this drama. But at the same time, I think they feel like they might have like some kind of moral obligation. I do feel like this person is doing the spying. Yeah, I mean, this person is really operating out of their carnal desires. We got big, sexy Satan here coming in with thieves. So somebody is wanting to steal someone's heart. They're maybe wanting to meet their objective by softening someone's heart, getting them to let down their guard. It's just, I don't know why, but it does have like big conquest vibes, or like trying to get one over on another person. There's something about it that feels very power trippy to me, just the energy in general. Whoever this person is that's been doing this super sleuthing, I do feel like they did come across some information, or they saw something that they really wish they could unsee, but they can't. Whatever they saw made them want to gouge their eyes out. and maybe even, felt that kind of like anger rising toward another involved in this situation, okay? I think whoever this person is that's been keeping an eye on things, they're facing some kind of ending, but they refuse to really acknowledge it. And they're prepared to do whatever they have to do to thwart this ending that's already in motion for them. They'll manipulate to get their way if they have to. And I heard with that, they'll use magic. They'll work the magic stick, whatever they need to do to pull a rabbit out of the hat and get saved by the bell last minute. Okay? I do feel like there is somebody who is actively opposing this individual. It may be you. Maybe you're aware of this situation. Maybe your hackles are up. Maybe you've been doing warding. Maybe you have to sort of hold your ground in some respect. This could also be that somebody is playing this role for you and you're just unaware of it. Somebody is protecting you because they know what time this person's on. Like, this person's on some demon time. Yeah. I do feel like this is somebody that they were involved with, okay, probably intimately. They got a little too clingy and they knew that they had to cut this off. I do feel like they recently took some action to make it very clear, this individual, that they're not going to be like hooking up with them anymore, that they're no longer interested in having this relationship. This is sex, witch, and octopus. So again, this could be somebody who works with the occult arts. Okay, there could be this thread running through this scenario. For those of you who have a hard time embracing that, this is a situation that has a lot of manipulation connected to it. And there may have even been something where somebody like tried to hold on by saying that they were pregnant and they actually weren't, or there was some kind of deception involved with that. And I believe it's because judgment got called on them and they knew that whoever they were connecting with was heading in a different direction. We're trying to cut that off at the pass, okay? Whoever's being opposed here, this person brings chaos. This is also somebody who goes on a rampage. When they don't get their way, they can be a bit like a petulant child. Like, they really act out. They make a scene. They're very problematic. They don't know how to control their emotions. They are out of control. And whoever this person is, they're about to hatch a plan. Oh, yes. And they might be using spiritual means. With the grease priest here coming in with okay, we do have some shadow medicine operating here. Their desire is cut off, some kind of new beginning. They want to destroy it before it ever has a chance to start, okay? So this is the portal report for the supporters of BroadCoven. This is your bonus read. I wanted to say thank you to all of you who have donated to the channel, those of you who are members and support the channel that way, those of you who have bought me coffee or bought decks for the channel or have supported in a way that's made it possible for me to continue doing this and showing up here. It really does help a lot. There's a lot that goes into this, and I really appreciate all of you who have shown your appreciation in that way for me and made it possible for me to eat, pay my bills, and all that good stuff. So I just wanted to pour a little something back into you and show my appreciation by giving you all a portal report bonus read here. And looks like it's pretty interesting. Okay, so we're going to get some clues about this. Let's see what's coming in here around this. We're opening up the Arcane BS deck. And then we'll go ahead and work with this gorgeous gold foil tarot that I got. It was donated to the channel by my dear friend Jen Ray, and I absolutely love it, but it's perfect for this kind of a reading because it's a real slippery deck, and I feel like that's the quality of this situation. This is a slippery character. This is a character that somebody is trying to give the slip. I think you want to give this the slip. I think this character, this slippery, is trying to give everybody the slip, and not let them know what they're up to, but I think they've already been caught in the act here. And I think there's something here that feels like a little elusive or kind of hard to get a grasp on, even as there's this very like tenacious, relentless, connected energy involved. Connected by force, though. It feels very forceful here. Yeah, look, it's just like holding on for dear life. Here's somebody wanting to like move into expansion here. They're wanting to have more breathing room. They're wanting to experience something new. They're wanting to have more playfulness, more freedom in their life. And they got this energy that's just, it's like, very reptilian. It just has its agenda. It's also very focused on what it wants at all costs. This is an old energy that's been hanging on for a long time, too. I do feel like there's really something that's going to start to come in with the new moon coming in Aries shortly after spring equinox. But this energy is trying to hitch a ride into the future, even though it's already been told like time's up here, okay? So this is what you're dealing with, collective, all right? You may be having somebody who's fielding this for you. You don't know what they're dealing with. You're wondering, how come I haven't heard from somebody? How come, that just sort of like came to nothing. I thought that project was going to move forward, or I thought, there was going to be more to that connection, or, I thought that I was going to get that opportunity, and then something just like really dried up, or the situation just went cold and nothing happened, and you may be going like, what's going on here? Well, somebody's like down on their knees here. Like somebody's really been doing some hard time in a very repetitive situation. And they ain't liking the taste of it either. The view ain't too great either to be dealing with just all this shit, nonstop. They feel like they've been stuck at the crossroads for eternity in a very like subservient position too. I feel like whoever they're dealing with, this person just like when they get heated, like they go out of control. And they won't stop until they kind of get their way. And so somebody in this situation's learned to kind of like just acquiesce, just to like get this person to calm down. But see, they couldn't resist the urge to like move on to something more. And so they challenged that like false sense of security here with the inverted squirrel. And they did bring an end to this. I mean, I don't think it's the first time they tried to bring an end to it, but something about the way it went down this time, whoever was getting the door closed on them, they knew there was a real finality to this. And I think that they realized there was a real finality to it when they came across something, they did some spying here and they saw something, like I said, it made them want to gouge their eyes out. And now they're like, I don't know. I don't like the vibe of the energy. It feels like somebody just really bent on making sure that something's cut off at the pass before it has a chance to even begin. They want whoever they feel is putting them in this position, they want them to experience the same kind of ending here. All right. And I feel like somebody or something is trying to make its way to you, collective, but it's really running low on fuel here. It's running low on energy because it's been dealing with this kind of a situation, this repeat loop of this really shitty situation with this person who's very out of control and is greedy. They want what they want, and they feel like they have a right to protect what they want, even though what they want is asking for transformation. Okay. But this person's prickly, you know what I'm saying? They're prickly, and the smallest thing can set this person off. And they've been hitching a ride on somebody else for a while here, not wanting, not wanting to believe, that time's up here, but time is up. And I do feel like this is coming to a close. And I think what's coming to a close here is this sort of like subservience. Like somebody really can't take it anymore. I do feel like they're about to rise. They're about to bring alignment in this situation. They're about to overthrow this trickster and they're about to take a stand. Okay. And this could be, this person who's been kind of taking a seat that saw what was going on here. Like somebody caught this person, like they know what this person's up to. They caught him. And they've been kind of like sitting this one out. I don't know, this person might be getting ready to take a stand because they might be realizing how much it compromises them to sort of like keep this person's secrets for them. I don't even know if this individual who got caught in the act of like spying here, if they are even aware that they were caught. Like, I kind of feel like they're not aware of this. Like, it's a blind spot for them. That's what I feel, okay? Let me get one more round of this and then we'll pull out some tarot on this to dive into this situation a little bit more. It's about to be an interesting ride, I have a feeling. I mean, things are going to start moving, but some stuff is going to be a little bumpy as we alchemize some of these situations that have been hanging out on the periphery here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I do feel like somebody here is taking a stand. I mean, I think this would be your energy if this person were to come towards you. Whoever this, hungry energy is. I think you would be very much like, nope, you shall not pass, like really holding your ground, which gives me the impression that whoever this like troublemaker is, this is somebody that you probably already put down boundaries with, or you already said, nope, I don't want you coming around here. If you are not aware of this situation, you could have somebody that is taking this kind of a stand for you. They know that there's trouble brewing here and they want to make sure that you don't have any problems. So I could see somebody could be like standing guard here for you too. Yep. I think this is the person that's been trying to make a choice about this for a while, that caught this person, that knows what this person's up to. They've kind of been in two minds about it, Should I not? If I get involved, it might bring some trouble my way. Like they've really been considering this. Like I kind of feel like maybe I should take a step forward and do what's necessary to let viewer know what's going on here. They need to know so they can transform this situation because they got like some snakes in the grass here they need to be aware of. But they may be concerned that they'll get themselves caught up, if they come forward here. I think they've been trying to decide, but I think they're at this place where they're not in indecision anymore. Somebody is going to do what they need to do to rectify this matter. Yep. Yep. And I do think that there is something that's coming your way here. And somebody here is taking the bull by the horns, and they're being very shrewd and very resourceful about making sure that this road opens. And they'll give the finger to anything that's going to get in the way here. They're flushing all the toxic stuff out of their life, all the unhealthy patterns, all the unhealthy connections, all the games, all this. Like somebody just wants a new lease on life, and they're tired of the BS. They're not buying it anymore. And maybe they are a bit like Templeton. Somebody here may want the sweetness of the rose after grasping so many thorns. They know they're going to face a lot of resistance, but they're like, I don't care. I'm going to go forward with this. Whoever this character is, because I do feel like somebody, ditched this clingy energy here that is hungry for their desires to be met, despite the fact that what they want is coming undone here. But I do feel like you got an ally here, and it could be this king. It could be this king finally taking a stand, saying no, I know who this opportunity goes to. It goes to viewer. I know who I'm heading toward. I'm heading toward viewer, you know. And yes, it's time for me to have, a different kind of buffet. Where's that old card? Can I find it? Where did that go with that cat? I don't want to be like the cat licking its butt for all of eternity. I want the smorgasbord, I want to enjoy a different kind of experience in life. So somebody is really determined here. They are. And they're really working hard to open this road, but there's a lot of drama brewing here. There's a lot of drama brewing here, right? We're going to get into some more details about these characters, but let me go ahead and do a cut of the deck here just to see what we got. Then we're going to bring in the tarot to get more details on the players involved in this situation. Yeah, I mean, this has been like whipping a dead horse. Somebody's ran out of spoons. They can't nurture this anymore. They can't be loyal to this anymore. And they feel this mounting pressure, like, I got to get moving. I got to get moving. I feel like somebody's deciding that they cannot be hung up anymore. And they're getting moving, but it's a little tricky here because there's something that's connected to them that is trailing behind them that has its own hunger, its own desires, and these are at odds. And I don't think this person cares, to be honest with you. Yeah. Oh, you think you're going to get that kingdom? You think you're going to have that happy ending? You think it's going to work out the way you want it to work? That's how this energy is. Oh, no. I'm going to bring that to an end for you. You see, this person's only happy if others are kind of like doing their bidding, towing the line. And it's not working anymore. And I think there's this piece here, like whoever is approaching you with whatever opportunity this is, okay? It could be romantic. It could be some kind of financial opportunity, a golden opportunity that really could turn your life around, a partner on something. Whatever this is, it's big. There's power struggle involved in this. There are loyalties at stake, but loyalties are starting to really be divided in this situation. Somebody knows that this is heading towards you. They saw something they didn't want to see. They want to cut this off at the pass. They're facing an ending, but they're like refusing to see it. It's like somebody just putting blinders on. No, it's not going to them. It won't. Like, that's what it is. And they're looking to gain the upper hand in the situation by any means necessary. 22:55 on the clock. They see the alignment coming in. They see it's a building block for the future. They want to disrupt it. That's how it's coming through. And this is why there's a need for some kind of like real strong position to be held in this situation. All right. Energies on the board thus far that I can see. We got Sagittarian energy. We have Leo energy. We have Taurus energy here. Pisces. Aries. All right. That's what I see so far in this situation. Somebody born in the year of the rat, somebody born in the year of the horse, somebody born in the year of the serpent, right? Scorpio energy on the board. That's the action we got coming in here so far. I think that's the way I'm going to start working with bringing the signs in so you all can assign the roles as you see fit. I think that just makes a lot more sense, okay? When I go through the past, kind of lay out the story, I'll tell you the energies involved. You'll know who's playing who in the story. Like I said, somebody's willing to get what they want to revive something that's coming to an end for them by any means possible. They'll work their magic. They'll work the magic stick. There's a little manipulation involved here, okay, with the magician. All right, let's see what this is. So this is also something cropping back after it was assumed to be done, dusted, finito, come to an end. No, no, no. Something is about to be reanimated here. The dead are about to be reanimated. It's alive. The situation still has legs, okay? There is still energy that has not been expressed in this situation. In fact, if anything, it's only become more jammed up, more pressurized. So when it comes forward, it's going to come forward with a lot more force. That's sort of the energy I got around this. Let's see what we are working with the Gilded Tarot. I think that you've been dealing with pretty tricky situations, slippery situations in some cases where you've had to watch your step, maybe because you weren't sure of your surroundings or you weren't sure of the different characters you were dealing with. I do feel like you've kind of done a pretty good job with this, okay? It might have been a little challenging at first, but I think you've started to get a firm grasp, at least on your end of the situation. But I do feel like something wants to try to shake that up, challenge that for you. All right, let's see what we got coming in your bottom of the deck. Yeah, see, something really wants to change that dynamic and get you caught up, maybe get you caught up in your head, maybe get you confused, make you feel like maybe you don't really have it all figured out, you know. This is like undermining on a more manipulative level, like trying to get you confused, trying to make you doubt yourself, trying to get you caught up in your head, okay? I do feel like this person is caught up and they're trying to escape, but they kind of put themselves in that position by these games they've been playing, all right? And you've had to walk your own way in this matter with the Hermit. I think you've kind of just been focusing on yourself. You've been doing your own thing. You've been on more of a sort of like solo spiritual journey here. You've been like that, you know, wizard just out there gaining knowledge from life and your experiences, reflecting on where you've been and where you're going and sort of finding your own way here, you know. But I do see what is connected to this situation is some kind of big fight over the coming together of two here. Okay, we got the Two of Cups to the Five of Wands, and right behind that, what do we got? We got the Three of Wands. See, something's coming in here for you, and one is being left out. And see, it's got this like star on the rise kind of energy. It's like a shining moment. It could be a big moment of success for you. You're like, somebody wants to partner with you on something. It can give you a lot of exposure. It can give you a lot of visibility. It can bring a lot of success into your life, or somebody, you know, is feeling very affectionate towards you and they want to, you know, come together. They're getting rid of their options. A lot of options have a problem with it, okay? There's competition here, there's fighting. And I also see that though this is a great chance for success for you, you know, you can also see it looks like a target on your back as well because of this, whatever is coming into alignment for you here. All right. So let's get some more details about this and see what we can figure out here. Well, that initially flipped out upright, but then it turned upside down. So see, this is where I think we're going to get a little bit of insight here about this thwarting energy. Let me see what came out there. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. Okay, so some truth about to come in here. I think there's some truth that really was driven home for you, probably in the winter time here. Oh, yeah, something's not concealed anymore with the moon, all right? Again, I feel like somebody got caught in the act. Somebody got caught and somebody's about to expose them. And it could be this person's exposing them too because they also want to get in your good graces. I could see that as well. Moon energy, Piscean energy. It was a blind spot for you. It's not a blind spot anymore, okay? This can be a hidden enemy or a sabotaging influence as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person, but in some way, shape, or form, there's something you've been loyal to, or something that you used to be in alignment with, or something you sort of turned a blind eye to, and now there's a certain truth that's coming to life that cannot be ignored. The certain truth is going to be revealed. Okay. You see right behind that, we got the magician there. All right. With the wand up. So now we got Ace of Wands energy. So do expect somebody is going to take an action that's going to get all this stirred up again. If this is something you separated yourself from, some kind of drama, some kind of competitive situation, okay, where people were like vying for attention, jockeying for position, trying to get a spot, you're like, you know what, I'm going to just go my own way, do my own thing. Oh, no. No, see, it's not interesting if you're not involved. I'm sorry, collective, but that's the way it's coming out. It's like, where's the telenovela if you're not involved, you know? You can't have the main character not involved in the storyline, or it just all goes to shit. That's why, you know, somebody's bored with kind of what they resigned with here. And then bottom of the deck here, we got the Queen of Wands here, okay? Well, whenever we got a Queen of Wands on the scene, we can certainly have a very competitive situation. Oh, and that kind of points it out with the crossing energy, Hangman, okay? So yeah, I think this is looking at this character here, this sort of like third party energy. Maybe doesn't like somebody else having attention in this situation, all right? They don't like that their objectives now feel like they're on hold. See, it came as a big tower moment to this person. That tower, right? There's definitely a truth that's being seen here, and something is coming down, and this person's like, no, I'm not going to give this up. They're like, they don't care how many times they have to fight to prevent this from happening, to prevent the tower from falling. They're going to stick to it. It's like they got a real bone to pick here. I feel like whoever this is, they feel extremely competitive with you for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but it is what it is. That's how it's coming out. And any more details about this situation before I ask for specific advice to the collective in relation to this? So do look for things get spirited this spring. At least it won't be boring. I mean, it does look like something's really coming in here for you. Ultimately, it looks good. There's some big alignment here, but there's a lot of disruption around it. There's a lot that's going to try to interfere with it. I do like seeing the Hangman there crossing this sort of like stir the pot kind of energy, though, because, I mean, that's major arcana. That's going to proceed. I mean, there's something here that's well overdue. There's been a lot of glamour and confusion spun around it, a lot of illusion that's been spun around it. But you went through a lot, and you're supposed to get to this point where, you know, you actually get to the other side of the troubles, and your sweet reward comes in for all the work you've been doing here. And I do see it's coming in. But this element has to be left behind. See, there is a wand that is being left behind, and the only wand we got here that's being held up with the moon in reverse and the Hangman crossing it is this Queen of Wands here. So that gives me, you know, the vibe of a very competitive energy in a romantic situation. For those of you that this is speaking on a romantic level, this could be like the lover on the side, okay? Or somebody who came in between you and another, maybe somebody who wanted to come into union with you. If this is something that's going down in terms of like material success, career success, this is like a business competitor who's been like playing real dirty. Might have been, you know, really, I mean, they might have been hooking up with the boss. I mean, this coming in, you know, they might have swayed a higher up's opinion of you in some way, or they've been in one way, shape, or form really challenging your ability to get something that I feel is supposed to come into alignment for you, maybe by, you know, doing something damaging, like some kind of smear campaign or something that, you know, was made you seen in a less than favorable light here that held things up. But some exposure is happening here. That's very clear. Final details, and I'm going to do a pen of deck. I'm going to get some advice for how you should handle this situation. I mean, there's definitely a choice that's about to be presented to you here with the Lovers. I do think this puts you in a crossroad position. Whenever this advances towards you, okay, this puts you in a crossroads position. You're going to have a decision that you need to make here. I don't think it'll necessarily be the easiest decision. It usually isn't. When we're looking at the Lovers, what do we got here? I mean, we got the Wheel of Fortune. You see what I'm saying here? There is something that really wants to change your life here. It wants to turn your world around in the best way. I mean, we got Wheel of Fortune upright. This is a turn of fortune for you where something that you have long wanted, something that is really overdue here, is making it beyond all the conflict, all the competition, all the rough stuff, all the opposition, and it's ready to come in court for you here. But I think it really puts you in a position of pause when this comes in, because you feel like, do I let this in? I mean, you might be worried about this. I mean, if you're already aware of all this crap that comes attached and you had to separate yourself from this, you may wonder, do I really want this? You know, this could also be a bit of a tower for you too. It's like, oh, great, you know, I can have it now that I don't want it anymore. That might rock everybody's world, you know. There is something major that needs to be decided here. So we got big Piscean energy on the board. We got fire sign energy, strong Sagittarius, strong Aries energy, Scorpio energy, Gemini energy, Aquarian energy connected to this situation. All right. Any placements, any strong house placements, okay? Just so you can kind of like tap into the energy. Also fixed sign energy, factoring strongly. Big Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, okay? All right, kind of the deck here. See what we got. Two of Wands. I mean, ultimately, I feel like it's your choice. The whole world is in your hands here. You can make your world whatever you want it to be. I know you got an opportunity coming in here for you, but does it match up with the reality you want to see for yourself moving forward? This is what you need to decide. So this is you sort of taking a moment, I feel, after this comes your way, after this opportunity or this person comes your way, whatever this is for you, you're not going to act on it right away. And I don't advise that you do, not during a retrograde cycle, okay? Wait until after the middle of April before firmly moving forward with something. I think you should sort of like suss this out about a bit and feel out, is it really in alignment with who you are now? But I mean, this looks pretty good, I have to say. We got the Emperor energy, so I feel like whatever you decide here, it certainly puts you in a position of power. You definitely could be dealing with an Aries in this situation. It is something I feel will go down in Aries season. This is like a brand new start for you. Real strong position you're going to be in here. Position of power. What's behind this? See, you got to be aware of this. Right behind the Emperor here, we have the Page of Cups, and there's something fishy. There's something fishy about something that's stepping to you. So see, to me, with all the way this is kind of panning out, I feel like you've already secured this spot, but there's somebody who wants to challenge it. And it could be this High Priestess that is facing an ending here. So you just got death coming up behind her. So you need to be aware of what approaches you. All right. Especially if it's something that you've already been on guard about, or it puts your hackles up. Like if you got like the alarm firing off, you need to really think twice before you let this in, because there's a lot of growth here that wants to come in. There is. There is. In matters of business, this is like a big arrival point, if that's how this is speaking you. This is a moment when a project or a dream you've long had that you've really been putting a lot of energy in and you've been working on it tirelessly, like it reaches some successful culmination point and it really pays off. You get the hoped for result. Okay, it's a little bit of like a date with destiny. If this is a relationship, this is somebody who's saying, I'm really committed to working this out, and they will take their time. But if you get somebody stepping to you with some like little Page of Cups energy and it feels fishy and they're being vague and it feels manipulative and they're heavy on the impulsivity, oh, let's do this now, let's seal the deal now, or you need to sign on the dotted line right now because I got a lot of other people that would love to have this opportunity. Forget that, man, because it'll be a lot more than you bargained for. All right, there's some illusion here that you do need to perceive. All right, what do I want to get here? I kind of want to get like oracle card, like best course of action. Just get like just sort of like final advice. I mean, I think it's pretty clear, but let's just go ahead and just cap it off real solid. So Spirit can kind of tell us the best way to maneuver with this. Look at this. Bottom of the deck energy, it's that big Empress energy. You got to trust yourself in this situation. Look at all this transformation. You've gone through so many changes here. And there's so much that's about to grow for you. Look, it comes in with the 4 energy again. So that's like that big Emperor energy here. Really stepping into your power. Whatever this is, oh, I love it. On the split, it's your time to receive. Like this is something that's been sanctioned for you here. By the time the next full moon comes in here, you're going to be receiving something that you've waited a long time for, collective, and it's well overdue. All right, so hold your position, man, and don't entertain any nonsense. And if it don't feel right, it's not right, okay? Because this energy that is your true opportunity, it's like, it's big Emperor energy around it. It's not Page of freaking Cups that seems fishy. You know what I'm saying? All right. There's nothing about it that feels immature or unevolved. This is like a grown opportunity coming towards you in whatever arena it lies. It does promise to really change your future. It will really get things moving in your life. It's something you've been waiting for. It's a lot of success. It will shift your reality. It puts you in a position of power here where maybe at one point you felt really like you were sort of on, the bottom, and somebody else was sort of like, using you as a footstool. Something here has really been transformed in a very competitive situation. But whoever this competitor is, because I don't really feel like you've been in competition with this person. It looks more like you walked away from this energy. You went your own way. You extricated yourself from a certain situation. But whoever sees you as an opponent, they're not willing to concede so easily. That's what I feel here. But I don't think it's about you really getting in and chopping it up with them. You know what I mean? It's more about you just holding the line. Look at this. Lucky number 13 breaks down to 4 again right now. 44:26 on the clock. 4, that breaks down to 8 with 26. Double fours, that's 8. This is something that's manifesting here. And it's the power of attraction. Like, this is something that is drawn to you. It's magnetized to you. 44 on the clock. Like, this is coming in. And this is something that builds a lot of light, like together, whatever you're doing here with whoever you're partnering with, this is beautiful. Like there's something you're really creating together here. And there's perfect synergy. And there's a sharing of power. I like it. It feels very healthy, but there's unhealthy elements attached. And this is what you do need to be aware of. Advice for the collective on how to handle this situation. What is the best way for them to handle this situation, Spirit? Advice for the collective, please. Wow. This landed right on top of the Three of Wands and all this goodness that wants to come in for you. Look at this. I don't think you need to do anything except just hold the line, which almost makes me feel like the only thing you need to do is just maintain your current position here, okay? And any messiness involved in this situation, I kind of feel like you got somebody else that's sort of containing this for you. That's what it feels like. Could be an emperor, but all you need to do is get ready to receive, because we got Barmbrock, sweetness and synergy. This is a harvest coming in, and Skull of Stars brings infinite possibility. So, looks like we got some saga here that's finally coming to an end. I don't really think there's much that this High Priestess character can do to disrupt the march of time and what's rolling out here. It looks like it's pretty solid. You would just really have to fumble it at this point, and start acting out of character, start get caught up in this mess in order for you to have this pass you by. Let's go ahead and do a cut of the deck and call it good. Yeah, look at this, number 29, seeing the true you. I think you spend a lot of time reflecting. You know who you are, you know what's right for you, you know what's not, and stay true to yourself. And I think you'll move through this just fine. You'll leave all the deception behind you. And we got Owl coming in here, and it says, wise scene, wise action. So I think any kind of sort of like cloaked intentions that come towards you, you'll see through it. You'll be able to see through any deception. You just really got to stay true to yourself in this situation. Trust what's coming into alignment for you. And, know how to identify when something is false, and don't doubt yourself on that judgment call. And whatever this is, it looks good. Major, major, major moment of transformation for you. Everything's about to change here. Everything's about to be changed. But if this never makes its way toward you, the drama-rama aspect of it, just be grateful that you got somebody containing this, because it looks pretty messy. It does. But things all come right in the end. That's what I got. Just don't make any snap judgments here, okay? Let it get stabilized. No action during retrograde, because that could really backfire. But otherwise, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Thanks again for all the support. Appreciate all of you.